This is a 2026 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. And I'm going to answer the question, should you buy the Power Wagon with the Cummins? I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah. This truck is available for sale. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see some of the options and features on this build. At the very top is the description. Base price is $69,385. And then ceramic gray is the color. Now here's a short listing of the standard features. Be sure to pause. Now starting off, the options is the customer preferred package, which is basically the Power Wagon package. And you guys see down below, this also has bed convenience. Also Power Wagon level 1 is $44.95. Has the tubular steps and then the upfitter electronic module. Destination is $25.95 for a total price of $81,695. This might be a little controversial for some people, but I'm going to show you something just in case you might have missed this, okay? Now, I love the idea of the Power Wagon having a Cummins, right? However, if you didn't know this, the Power Wagon already has a Cummins. It's called the Rebel package. So if you want the Cummins, yes, you can already get that with the Power Wagon, because this is called, I don't know if you guys will see it, it's called the Rebel Power Wagon. If you didn't see it on the window sticker earlier, I just showed it to you. It says Rebel Power Wagon. I think this is the silliest thing Ram has done, and no disrespect to Tim Knisk, because I actually like the guy. I think he's really good at what he does. But I think this is like smoke and mirrors, because I've done videos in the past. I literally said I would love to see a Power Wagon 1 ton. I even gave you a cool name, Power Wagon 1 ton. Because if I were getting a Power Wagon, it would most likely be in a 1 ton. Now here's the problem with the Cummins Power Wagon. We still don't know the specs, because if you guys don't know, I'm going to show it to you at the end of this video. I'm going to show you the payload, but I'm going to show you the gross vehicle weight rating. Now on these trucks, which are the Rebels, they do increase the gross vehicle weight rating to 11,040 pounds. Now in the past it was 10,000, and actually no, it wasn't 10,000, it was like 90, I think it was like 9,600 pound gross vehicle weight, and then they went to 10,190 for the 25 plus, and then they went to 11,040 pound. On the Power Wagon is like 8,565, and that's for the Hemi equipped Power Wagons. Now they're probably going to raise that number to the 11,000 pound GVWR, but what we really want to see is a 1 ton Power Wagon, because most people ain't taking this truck off-road. Most people. And at the end of the day, if you're competing with GM and Ford, we need to see a package that gives this truck 35s. I understand why we use Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax. I get it. These are LT 285/70 17s. These tires are basically 33s. I'll give you the actual specs here in a second. But if you're buying a Power Wagon, Ram assumes you're going to be doing some articulation, so that's why they give you these shorter tires, so you can actually get this thing pretty articulated. But regardless of it, nobody's not doing that. I'm just being honest here. I'm not doing it. I mean, I will do it because I've done it with my AT4X, but I just want it with 35s. That's it. And you can still get pretty aggressive on the angles with 35s too. Here's something else to consider. You guys saw the price of this truck, right? It was $81,695. Okay, real quick. How much is the Cummins? Are you ready for this? The Cummins is $12,595, okay? So let me get this straight. If you take $81,695 and add $12,595 to that, that truck right here would be $94,290. It's a lot of money, especially for a 3/4 ton that has low payload. So this is the only reason why I would say this. If I were buying a Power Wagon, I would get it with the Hemi. I think that this is the best way to go, because if you want the Power Wagon right now, you can get it with the Cummins. It's called the Rebel Power Wagon. And the reason why I'm making a big deal out of this is because of this. You guys see right here? Actually, no, this one doesn't show on this one. I didn't see it on that one either. So right now, if you're buying a Ram truck, They have a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. I'm willing to bet you money when they bring out the Wagon Cummins for 2027, they probably won't have a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So my humble opinion is, if you're after getting a Wagon and you're not really planning on towing anyways, because this truck has like a max tow capacity of 10,000 pounds with the Hemi, I would just go ahead and get you a Wagon right now, or get you a Rebel Wagon with the Cummins. That way you can get that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on this truck. But I'm done. I've already helped you out as much as I could. On the front end, this one does have the premium front lights, which I like. Has this rugged looking off-road bumper, worn winch with a synthetic rope, adaptive cruise control. I like the grille. Shut up about it. I think it looks good. And front parking sensors. Also, actually, let's go on this side here. You guys will see. Actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It might be on the other side, actually, now that I think about it. I think it is on this side. So right here, you guys see that? This is the mechanism for the sway bar disconnect, okay? You guys can also see solid front axle. So this truck's gonna have a front and rear locker. Bilstein shocks. You guys see the liner? It's plastic, and then here are the tires. Now, as I mentioned, these are LT 285/70 17-inch wheel, which I actually like that. So these are actually 32.7 inches tall, 11.2 inches wide. So for an off-roader, I mean, this is a pretty small tire, but as I said, it's all about articulation for Ram, because this is a purpose-built truck. Now, with that being said, I like the fender flares. You get the Sport Performance hood. And Tim Kaniskis, if you're listening, I would love to see a functional hood scoop on this truck, especially for the Wagon. That would be kind of cool. Fixed running boards down below, 6'4" 4-inch bed, 31-gallon fuel tank. You don't have to use premium or mid-grade anymore with the Hemi. You can now use regular fuel if you like. You have the multi-link coiled suspension, more Bilstein shocks, and the liner. Also, full LED taillights. You have that black bumper out back, and they do give you a light in the camera right here. Class 5 hitch, parking sensors, assisted tailgate. This truck has it all, right? You have 400 watts of power, bed lights. You cannot get fifth wheel prep package with this truck, okay? And I like that they give you a matching tire, so if you do get a flat tire going off-road, you have something to get you back to civilization. And by the way, they do have a Bilstein shock in the center there on that diff. By the way, that is a 410, and as I mentioned, locker. There is no sway bar disconnect back here, by the way, okay? Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and pop the hood and talk about this Hemi. Now, really quickly, does anyone know what that is down there? You get 100 golden stars if you get it right. And I'll let you guys know what it is in a second, but this is the 6.4 liter Hemi V8. BGE, one of my commenters, he goes by Hell Kitty. He mentioned that in a comment. It made me laugh because I haven't heard BGE in so long, which is big gas engine. Regardless of it, this has 405 horsepower, which is why you can now use regular fuel, because it is slightly detuned by using the regular, and 429 pound-feet of torque. Now, all that power does go through an 8-speed transmission known as the 8HP75, which is probably the most reliable transmission in the HD segment right now. Now, with that, this engine does have MDS, which is multi-displacement, and it does have EGR, which is what that is down there. I hope one day Ram takes that out, but that's just wishful thinking. Let's check out the interior. As far as the interior goes, this is where I think Ram is still continuing to win. I do like the fact that it gives you a premium interior with the Wagon, and it is exclusive to the Wagon. So this will probably mirror what you see on like a Laramie, although this one doesn't have the suede accents, right? This has like a different material. It's probably more of like a Softex material. Tilt headrest, perforated leather on the steering wheel right here. Grab handle, black headliner. 10-way seats. I like how wide the seats are too, so they should be comfortable for larger and smaller people. Power pedals down below for your shorter legs. And you have these power folding mirrors. Top and bottom mirrors are heated and power. Only truck in the segment that has that still in 2026. Let's check out the passenger side. 10-way seat. Ford does not give you a 10-way seat on their F Series Super Duties. Power wagon. Nice storage. They do illuminate this area too, by the way. Here's your glove box. They don't have the paper in here that shows you if it can carry a bed camper. Out back, you guys know it does have this really nice platform that you can make up, and you have this storage here on both sides with removable buckets. Also, there's a little bit of storage on that side, but the subwoofer takes it up on this side here. Now, they do give you these lights that shine down here, which I like. Outboard heated seats. Oh, this is different. Now you only have Type C USBs back here. They used to give you a Type A, Type C, so that's different. 115 volt power plug. I'm not sure when they changed that. And I like the graphics they give you too. That looks nice. Okay. LED lights. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's seat. Adaptive cruise control, as I mentioned. This does have a really nice layout. This is probably one of the best gauge clusters. Easy to learn how to use. You can customize what you see. It's just done well. I think Ram has probably done the best job with this screen. Now, you don't have heads-up display, which I would like to see. There's home link up here. You guys see place for your sunshades. You can get a 4K camera. I always say 4K, but it's probably not 4K. I like to say 4K. It sounds good when I say it. 12 volt power right there. This one has a 12-inch display, so you probably have to get a level 2 to get the bigger screen and all that good stuff. Down below here, this menu is customizable. Now, I do like the off-road pages for the Ram trucks, especially the Power Wagon, because you have so many different things. And see, I wasn't waiting there, but you guys see right here, you have your front and rear locker, obviously your transfer case locks too, and sway bar disconnect right there. I like that. Shows you the altitude, so we're at 4,300 feet. Also gives you some gauges here, pitch and roll, so if you get really, really gnarly on those trails. Dual chargers down below. 115 volt power plug. So they give you 3 for the Ram truck. So you have one here, one in the back seat, one in the bed. If GM is watching this, please add more 120 volt power plugs to your truck. I love their center console. You guys know that this is still the best of the best here. They still do this, by the way, too. And as I said, it slides. Well thought out. Now, you don't have 360 camera, which I think is highway robbery for even $80,000 truck with a gas engine. I think they should just make that standard on this truck. And what else? That's pretty much all I really care to show you guys. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door. They have a nice design for the dash too. It's not a premium dash, but it's nice. Now, as I mentioned, this truck does have lower numbers because it's a purpose-built truck. So the front gross axle weight rating is 4,750. The rear is 6,200, which is actually higher than the Cummins equipped trucks. And gross vehicle rating is 8,565 pounds, 17 by 8 wide wheels, 65 psi in the rear, 60 psi in the front. Also, this truck has 1,365 pounds of payload. Now, that's not bad actually for this Power Wagon. Now, here's something you need to know. If you are getting a Power Wagon and you gotta have the Ram boxes, I want to say Ram boxes reduce your payload by 125 pounds. So if you want those Ram boxes, just know you're gonna reduce your payload. I hope this video was helpful. As I said, nothing against Ram. Bring out a Power Wagon, an actual Power Wagon that will have the graphics that say Power Wagon on the side with the Cummins, but they're kind of smoke and mirrors. That's just my humble opinion. And I think that if they wanted to bring back or bring out the Cummins with the Power Wagon. They should have did it in the 1-ton. They should have made it only available for the 1-ton. That way it could have really good payload, because people just want an appearance package anyways. And the last thing I'll mention is this: if you're getting the Cummins equipped Ram trucks, you cannot get the winch. So just get the Rebel, as I said.